So now I want to talk about people who already have an existing community, whether it's free or paid, whatever. They have a community they're running. They've been doing it for a little while, but maybe they're feeling like it's starting to become stagnant. It's just not living up to their own hopes for it. They're not really sure what to do. It could be stagnant in terms of they're not getting people to sign up for it. Growth has gotten stagnant, or it just could be the community itself is getting quiet and feeling stale. Any suggestions on what they could do to give it a boost or sort of jumpstart it again?
I think about this as refresh and reboot. Reboot means that you need to own the fact that things are not going as well as you hoped or that they could be, because your community members aren't stupid or unaware. Like, they are disengaged because they weren't having a good experience. So there needs to be a moment where you basically make it a thing that things are changing. And so I ask and recommend that you give this another shot. That's the reboot aspect. But I add refresh in there because I think you should do something different, so people feel like there's a reason to try again, try something else. The failure that I see a lot of times is people think, I have audience, there are community tools, I put the two together, things will magically happen. But they don't actually set expectations for what the experience will be, what they'll get out of it, or even how to successfully engage with the thing, interact with the thing, to get the outcome that they want. So refresh is to say, if things aren't going as well as they could be, and I really want to double down and make this a vibrant place. I've talked to a lot of members. I know that most members want to accomplish X. So in order to do that, I'm changing the programming and the experience a little bit. In order to do that, here's what our new live sessions will look like, the new cadence of that. Here's something else we're going to be doing. And here's some other new effort that we're putting in.
Yeah.
That starts with this first session on April 5th. I hope that you can put time aside and join us for that. That's the process that I would take, because you need people to feel like, okay, they recognize that this wasn't great. They're making changes. I do want that. So let me try.
I know obviously the lab doesn't have that problem. Have you had communities where things slowed down or got stagnant? Have you done outreach to individual members to have, and I know you do now, just to get a gauge on their experience. Any thoughts about how to frame those conversations, whether it's stagnant or not? And I guess really what I'm asking is like one-on-one conversations with members, like what kind of questions will you ask them to gauge how they're feeling about things, what they're liking, what they're not liking, any of that, any tips there?
I think the most important thing is to not make it selfish. And you probably have to reach out outside of the community too. A lot of people will have inactive members. They send them a message, usually automated, inside the community, and it goes unanswered because they're not active in there. That's the problem in the first place. So you probably have to go outside of the community to email or something and just take interest in the person and what's going on in their lives. They have, in my case, paid to join this space. So you would think that they would want to get value out of the thing that they paid for. But, you know, either way, you should know something about them from joining. You should reach out and say, hey, haven't seen you in a while. Curious how things are going on your end. Let me know if there's anything I can do to support you, or if you want to get on a call, I would love to do a 20-minute catch up with you. It's not, hey, I haven't seen you in the community. Get back in there and do stuff. It's, I haven't seen you, so I don't know what's going on, but I want to know what's going on. I have interest in you. How can I help? Can we chat? You'll probably get the insight that you're looking for out of that conversation. Sometimes life just gets busy. Sometimes there was some other issue, you know? The lab isn't without its issues. As we've gotten to this new member cap, there is a higher velocity of posts in there on a daily basis, which for folks who were in the early days and they were used to fewer posts throughout the day, they might have had more notifications enabled. And now they might turn off notifications because there are so many messages happening in there, which may cause them to forget to join in or miss out on conversations that they want to be a part of. So I am having some of those conversations now to say like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? And there's always, this is what I was going back to what we said at the beginning of this conversation. Nothing's ever done. Nothing's ever safe. There's always something trending in the wrong direction that you need to identify and head off and start moving in the other direction.